I was always brought up to believe that you could have or be whatever you choose.
Hello, welcome to Premier Scene. I'm Claire Bueno, where we attend the world premiere of Adam Deacon's new film, Payback Season, where football meets gangland.
And with a little hard work and belief, nothing's out of reach.
You come from a music background, so how important was the music to the film?
Very important, very important. Not just to reference the fact that I'm from the music industry originally, but also I wanted to give viewers a reason to go and watch it in the cinema, to make it a night out, an evening's entertainment, where you have to kind of see it, hear it, feel it. I don't want people having to sort of, when they download it, and that's just ruined the industry. And I wanted to pay a lot of attention to the music soundtrack, to the 5.1 mix, to the licensed in music, so that you can really feel this film as you're watching it. And it's an audible experience as well as a visual experience. And I think the youth market that we had in mind for it are going to connect with that. I hope maybe reviewers might not get it immediately, but it's there. There's a reason for everything. Quite a perfectionist. There's a reason for every detail in it.
And you're an entrepreneur as well. So how important was the film to be a commercial success?
Yeah, I think you have to set out your stall and make something commercially viable. I want to be able to make another one. So let's hope it is commercially viable. We could have gone down the route of we didn't have a large budget. We could have been less ambitious and made something easier. There's quite a few very expensive shots here. We hired in phantom cameras. We got a Ferrari throughout the film. We've got penthouses. We was quite ambitious with the budget we had. But give me a big budget to work with, and I'll be dangerous. We'll make something. We'll be competing with Hollywood.
See how much dough our boys on? That could have been you if you'd have stuck to it, man.
My middle daughter said to me, "Dad, film star cracks me up." That was the email I got when she first found out.
Was it one of those things that you kind of said, yeah, all right, I'll do this, and then when you thought about it, you thought, well, maybe this isn't what I want to do?
No, it was different, the second answer. The first was, yeah, I'll do it. The second answer was when I saw the clip and somebody said, well, isn't that a bit racy and a bit violent? That's no reservations at all, just a bit of fun. Yes, straight away, and just pleased to be in it. Just do all this stuff, and it's just a bit of fun for an old man.
And I mean, I always think with football, and I don't know anything about football, so forgive me, but I always think there's like an element of performance when footballers are on the pitch. So is there a comparison between acting and footballing?
Well, there is. You're performing in front of a lot of people. So there's a similarity there, and performing well, and rehearsing well, and training well, and being very professional about your role as a player and your role as an actor. So many similarities. High profile careers in front of the press these days. So there are many similarities in those areas completely.
I'm swanning back around here, acting all big like a bad man. It would be a horrible thing for someone at your level of football to come across some kind of unfortunate injury.
This is the most important season of your career.
It's payback season.
I hear that Danny, the director, wrote the part for you.
He certainly called me very early on. I think that might be true, yeah. He called me very early on and said, there's this role in this film, da-da-da. I had a read and, I thought that the story was quite relevant to things that go on and a story that I hadn't been shown or told before. So, that was that.
You're a trainer, I believe, and a football coach. So is there some sort of preparation that you have to do for that physically?
No, I'm in quite good nick and, I box and stuff. So, the abs were all right. As far as the football side of it goes, I love my football. Massive Tottenham fan. Come on, you Spurs. The football side was a doddle. It was a pleasure. Yeah, it was good laugh.
What did you feel of it? This is obviously Danny's first attempt at a script as well. What did you feel as somebody that has been a seasoned professional yourself and obviously performed in many films?
Yeah, as I said, when he called me, I felt it was a great script, And as I say, just, something that I feel... Well, actually, I'm not something that I feel. Something that I know goes on. And something that doesn't really hit the press, because of ego and whatever. No one wants to be seen as having the mick taken out of them, as it were. The fact that someone was putting that story on the big screen and also the fact that I was playing the voice of reason, the nice guy, as opposed to the nutcase. You know, it was, yeah, that was why.
Payback season, we don't need a reason.
Am I correct in saying you're playing an interviewer?
Yes. Not that, no, not that you'd know any different, but yes.
What was that whole experience like? Is that learning a new skill for you?
Oh gosh, completely. I mean, I think it's something that you'd see and think, oh yeah, I can do that. You know, I can ask questions in a very sensible way. And then when you sit there, even though it's scripted, you think, wow, this is quite different to anything I've done before.
So do you have a little bit more respect for us poor interviewers?
Oh, a lot. It's something I've thought about before. I'd thought about it quite a while ago, but I had to really rein myself in because I talk a lot with my hands. I pull ridiculous facial expressions, and a lot of natural elements that I have, I had to just pull back and learn to be a bit more composed and sensible.
And what's it been like acting with Adam? Because obviously you're kind of the love interest as well. How do you build up a chemistry between each other?
Do you know, Adam's really easy to get along with. He's fun, he's outgoing, he's outspoken, and it's really easy to just go in there and be like, "Hey mate, you're all right, like what we're doing," and then all of a sudden you switch it on and you're able to kind of bring something to it. But he has a real sensitive side that I think he shows in this film, and I don't believe he's had the opportunity to show it before. So actually it's not as difficult as thinking you've got to be intimate or in depth with a character like he's played before, because he shows a real sincere side, and so it's really easy to listen to him, to listen to what he's saying and take everything in as opposed to kind of try to act it. He's very honest, and I think it's fantastic that he's been given the chance to show that now.
Treason, your life is looking decent. You're moving with the stars. You think the world is yours, but nah, these streets are hard.
When you originally read the script, what was it about the part of Baron that you connected with and that you felt like, oh, I really do want to play this part?
I think one of the things was he was someone who spoke, who was able to speak and who was able to articulate themselves, you know. And for me, I find that very refreshing, someone who's able to articulate themselves. It was kind of dialogue heavy, but I didn't shy away from that. I don't mind that, you know. I think the character as a person, I find some people say it's always fun playing the bad guys, but I find it's fun playing something far removed from yourself, period, you know, and I really, really enjoy that.
That's the joy of being an actor, isn't it? To explore that.
Yeah, definitely, to explore it and to be able to confidently go for it, knowing that you're so far removed from that kind of person.
I mean, you are playing one of the antagonists, so do you see them as malevolent? Excuse me, as you're playing the part, do you see them as bad people, or do you have to see something endearing in them to be able to portray the part honestly?
You just answered it. No, exactly that. You just answered it. You have to be able to connect with the person. You can't judge the character. You have to connect with the character and tell the story. It's a story which needs to be told, and you have to remain as impartial to it as possible.
And what kind of journey do you feel that your part went on from point A to point B?
Point B, crazy. It was fun. A lot of people on set, they kind of gave me a lot of space because I was just doing my thing, keeping focused. But I found it quite fun that people were a bit scared, and in my mind, I'm cracking jokes and I'm on my phone and messing around and whatnot. You know, I enjoyed all of that.
I believe as well that as you were shooting the film, the riots were actually taking place in London. So did that help to?
Filming. Yeah, we were filming the scene and we had to stop filming because the riots were approaching when we were about to film, and we were in fear of our well-beings and also the equipment, the camera equipment. So we had to stop filming because of that. That was insane.
You've got a director who's written the script, as well as directed it.
Yeah.
So does that help you as an actor? Because if you've got any questions about your character, he's the source.
Absolutely. I mean, I only had 2 scenes in it, but what I saw from Danny is he was a guy that knew exactly what he wanted. And sometimes writers and directors have a totally different opinion of how a character should be. So when the writer's also the director, it really helps you out because he knows exactly what he wants.
And what did you get from making this film personally as an actor?
I mean, for me, it was kind of getting back into the film world because for me, I've been doing other bits and pieces for a long time now, and I really wanted to get my foot back in the door, and I've done that now. So there's quite scenes with impacts, that's great. So for me, it was kind of getting my foot back in the door, really.
I think what's nice with the British independent film and this kind of film is that it does allow people to either launch their careers or, like you say, come back and make a comeback, really.
Absolutely. I mean, the independent film industry in Britain is growing because as actors, there's not really a lot for do anyone. So people are going out there and doing it themselves. So you can definitely be a newcomer and really crack it in the British film market. I mean, look at Tom Hardy. He's flying now, you know, and he's done some low budget. He's done Bronson, and you know, he's really cracked on. So it can happen.
Another thing which added to the tension of it was we were filming in certain estates, and some of the guys around there and whatnot, they were a bit argy-bargy with us, you know, filming. So that just, that was all for real. And we had to get security. And I mean, these things happen, you know. It's a shame they didn't realise and recognise that we're doing a good thing. We're doing a film. But it happens, you know. It's all part of the journey. I wasn't scared. I had my bodyguard, man. He was about that tall, you know. Yeah, fierce.
We don't get to find out about the nitty-gritties of what, you know, the input that you want as an exec producer with regards to the look and feel of the film.
Well, I think casting was really important. You know, I think Danny had written his really great characters. I think we knew roughly where we wanted to go, but it was about, you know, picking the right people. And once you do that, it makes Danny's job slightly easier. You've got the right actors in front of the role, they're going to deliver. And with Nicola, David and Adam and all the guys, you know, Arnold, they deliver, and they're fantastic guys, which makes Danny's job a little bit easier. And then in terms of the edit, it was a lot of work, but it's brilliant, and me and Danny get along really well, and it was fun, you know. And with the grey, we worked really hard on it, making it look as a sort of, you know, we wanted to make it look like a movie. You know, this is a British film, but we're always trying to aspire to make a real Hollywood movie, and I think we did that. So.
Well, you shot the film on a Red, didn't you?
Yeah, on a Red MX, which is the slightly new. I mean, they've got a new one out called the Red Epic now, but it's it was the newest one at the time, and I think it makes the film look really lovely.
Well, it does give that sort of cinematic look, doesn't it, to start with?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And with digital sort of cameras nowadays, you can achieve so much more when you could years ago when the quality wasn't as good. And now digital's really pushing. I don't know if you've seen the film Drive, but they shot that on it. Oh, it's amazing. But they shot that on the Alexa, and it just looks incredible. So yeah.
Was it difficult for you? I've heard sort of different things with the Red, that it's actually quite difficult to import into the edit suite. What did you cut it on?
It is, yeah. We cut it on Final Cut Pro, and I've used the Red in Avid and Final Cut Pro. Yeah, it has its problems, but then, you know, there's pros and cons to all the cameras. But yeah, no, I think it's Red great. But yeah, and especially for budgetary stuff, you know, when you're making a low budget movie and you want a really, you know, beautiful film, you have to sort of, you know, and it's great for that.
Am I right in saying you're the brother that makes Adam Deacon go back to the dark side?
Sort of, yeah. Like he's a bit of a little SHIT, yeah. That's that sort of thing. Like he goes off with Baron and that lot. Doesn't really help his brother at all. But they sort of hug and make up. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, it's good.
And how's the whole sort of process been for the pair of you working on the film?
For me, it was great. I mean, you know, this is the first-time director I've worked with, and it's great because they're kind of new to it. It's almost like, you know, they know exactly what they're doing, and they just kind of thrust you into it. And with this, it was quite nice for me because I was kind of given more control with my character, and I had a little bit more experience, and it was quite nice. And this is kind of, you know, this is Danny's vision of his movie, so it's just nice to be a part of it.
Yeah, definitely. It was really, really good. For my first time, obviously, in a feature film. I really enjoyed it, especially working with Adam Deacon and David, Ajala. Brilliant actors, really, really good. Definitely helped me out along the way, gave me a few tips. Really good actors. Well done.
Adam, can I just ask you, what was it that connected you to the part of Jerome?
Do you know what? I like the cast. I love the fact that Leo Gregory was in it. I'm a big fan of his work. David Ajala, you know, we went to Anna Shares together. And I like the fact that it was dabbling with the whole kidulthood genre, but at the same time, it was a story that hasn't really been told. And on a personal level, kind of nice to play a part that wasn't so, yo, blood, you get me, fam, and just a bit more calm and a normal person for a change, yeah.
And you're an actor and director, so did you have empathy as well with Danny because this was his first time as a writer-director?
Do you know what? You kind of have to let yourself know what you're getting into when you sign up to be a director. So I love Danny and all that, but obviously there was moments where we did have to clash a little bit and say, well, no, I feel it should be like this. And just because I know that world, innit? I'm a Hackney boy, so I've always been like that. If I feel like the dialogue isn't really right, then you have to change it. You have to change it, yeah.
Was he quite open to that and the spontaneity?
Sometimes, yeah.